Hey, so what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into something that's been on my mind ever since I first laid eyes on it. Elden Ring Nightreign. Now if you have anything like me, a diehard Elden Ring fan who's already spent more time in the lands between and in my actual living room, you know that From Software never really failed to throw curveballs our way. Let me tell you, this one's got me more hyped than ever. So grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's break down what we know, what we're speculating, and what might just be the next evolution in the Elden Ring universe. Alright, let's get one thing straight from the start. I love Elden Ring. I mean, who doesn't love the challenge, the lore, and the sheer adrenaline rush of dodging colossal world-crushing bosses? And then there's Shadow of the Erdtree, a title that already left me with a permanent grin on my face. Now here comes Nightreign, promising to take that same rich dark magic and dial it up to 11. From what I've been able to dig up online, and trust me, I did a deep dive through every forum, subreddit and meme page. The idea behind the Elden Ring Nightreign is both ambitious and, frankly, a little bonkers. Imagine a game mode not only revisits the unforgiving atmosphere of Elden Ring, but also tosses in elements from a battle royale. Yep, you heard me right, a battle royale in the Souls game universe. At first I thought, what in the blazes is going on here? But then I remembered that From Software has never been able to play it safe. They're the kings of throwing us into situations that make our hearts race, our palms sweat, and our controllers shaking our hands. And if there's one thing I can say, it's just to bring it on. So now let's talk about this Battle Royale or Zone idea. I know, some of you might be scratching your heads thinking Battle Royale and Elden Ring, really From Software. And honestly, I'm in the same boat. I'm not entirely sure it's going to work, but if it manages to capture that same nail-biting tension we've seen in games like, I don't know, Fortnite or Apex Legends, all while preserving the deliberate punishing combat we love, then just sign me up. Because like, I don't know, just picture this. You start off in the sprawling, beautifully grotesque world of the lands between, armed with nothing but your wits and a trusty weapon. Suddenly, you find yourself not only contending with monstrous creatures and treacherous terrain, but also with the looming threat of an ever-shrinking safe zone. It's like mixing a high-stakes game of musical chairs with the heart-stopping intensity of a Dark Souls boss fight. And as if it wasn't enough, rumor has it that former Dark Souls bosses might make a grand return. And guess what? The gameplay trailer just showed that. So yeah, those nightmarish legends that once haunted our every step will be roaming the battlegrounds once again, waiting to unleash a storm of pain and unsuspecting players. You know, I'm not saying I'm an expert on battle royale mechanics, like I barely even know how to play tag without getting hit, but the idea of having to manage both a slowly closing zone and the relentless aggression of iconic bosses, it does sound like a recipe for either sheer genius or absolute chaos. And honestly, I'm here for the chaos, if you ask me. A little extra unpredictability is exactly what this franchise could really use right now. Let's get to the part that's got me bouncing off the walls with excitement. Fighting former Dark Souls bosses. I mean, think about it. These aren't just any enemies, they're the bosses that define an entire generation of gaming. The likes of Ornstein and Smough, Notorious, and that whole motley crew of brutal, unforgettable characters. No, just imagine them being reimagined and integrated into the Elden Ring universe. It's like your favorite horror movie getting remixed by a punk rock band. I can just see it now. You're in the middle of what seems like a routine skirmish, and suddenly, bam, out of nowhere a boss from the Dark Souls era appears, for all the menacing aura and unholy challenge you'd expect. And the gameplay could shift from a methodical, tension-filled duel to like a more full-blown free-for-all where strategy, skill, and a dash of luck decide your fate. And if you're like me, the thrill of that unexpected twist is worth every second of heart-pounding panic, and let's be real, the occasional rage quit as well. And imagine just trying, I don't know, imagine trying to dodge a massive undead warrior, like in the midst of a shrinking battlefield, while simultaneously wondering if the person next to you is friendly or an enemy. It's a kind of situation that makes you appreciate the saying, expect the unexpected. Let's be honest, after what we've all been through in Elden Ring, we've practically become masters at expecting and surviving the unexpected. And beyond the adrenaline rush and the insane combat mechanics, one of the things that always draws me back to From Software games is the unparalleled lore and atmosphere. Elden Ring has a world that's as beautiful as it is brutal. Every ruined castle, twisted forest, and haunting landscape telling a story of decay, mystery, and a relentless struggle for power. Shadow of the Erdtree only deepened that sense of wonder and dread, and I do have high hopes that Nightreign will continue in that vein. Because imagine new environments that push the boundaries of what we thought was possible, where each zone isn't just a static battleground, but a living, breathing extension of the game's narrative. From dynamic weather effects or the throw of your timing to environmental hazards that force you to constantly adapt your strategy, every moment you could feel like a fresh challenge. When you throw in the possibility of encountering reimagined lore-rich Dark Souls bosses, you're not just playing a game, stepping into a myth, a legend forged in the fires of hardship and the beauty of desolation. Because I mean, let's be real, if I wanted a light, breezy game where the biggest challenge was choosing between a latte or a cappuccino, I'd be watching a Disney movie. But here we are, diving headfirst into worlds that are as unforgiving as they are captivating. And it's that delicate balance between beauty and brutality that keeps us coming back for more. And I really just can't wait to see how Nightreign further pushes that envelope. Okay, so let's shift gears for a minute and talk about multiplayer. Elden Ring already offers a killer mix of co-op and PvP that keeps things unpredictable and insanely fun. Now, with Nightreign potentially introducing Battle Royale elements, I'm picturing a multiplayer experience that's really a delightful and chaotic mashup of cooperation and competition. Imagine teaming up with your buddies to take down a revamped over-the-top Dark Souls boss. You're strategizing, coordinating, and just as you're about to land a decisive blow, the safe zone starts closing in. Suddenly the dynamic shifts, and you're left wondering, do you really stick together? Or does the stress of the shrinking battlefield spark a betrayal worthy of a Shakespearean tragedy? It's like having your cake and eating it too. But with the added twist that someone might just swipe your slice when you least expect it. And I won't lie, I'm not 100% sold on how the Battle Royale mechanics will match up to traditionally methodical combat of Elden Ring, but I don't know, if anyone can make it work, it's from software, and I believe it. They've got a knack for taking the world's ideas and molding them into experiences that are both challenging and deeply rewarding. And hey, if I get ambushed by a legendary boss and in a perfect opponent in the same match, that's just double the fun. Because, seriously folks, who needs a calm and collected session when you can have your heart racing so hard that you might just pull a muscle from all the adrenaline? Let's be honest, sometimes a little chaos is exactly what we need to keep things interesting, especially considering Elden Ring. You know, I've been scouring the internet. Trust me, I've seen every conspiracy theory and heated debate on every forum, and the community buzz around Elden Ring Nightreign is off the charts. There's a shared excitement and a generous dash of skepticism, and I love it. We're all in this together, trying to piece together every little tidbit of information that leaks out, no matter how small. One of the recurring questions in the community seems to be about how the balance will work. Can a slow, deliberate pace of a Souls game truly coexist with the rapid adrenaline-fueled chaos of a Battle Royale mode? Is it possible that the very elements that make Elden Ring so satisfying might clash with the high-octane requirements of a shrinking battlefield? These are questions that have sparked endless debates, and I, for one, am thoroughly entertained by the speculation. Because I've seen the trailer, the gameplay trailer. I know. I'm just excited. And I mean, what if Nightreign even ends up being a game that's so innovative it redefines our entire approach to action RPGs? What if you're not just seeing an evolution of Elden Ring, but a revolution that forces us to rethink how we approach strategy, risk, and reward in gaming in general? It's this kind of audacious thinking that makes me love the industry. Sure, there are bound to be a few bumps along the way, maybe even a few rage quits and existential crises. But isn't that the part of the journey? Sometimes you just got to embrace the madness and see where it takes you. But now let's get personal for a moment. I've poured countless hours into Elden Ring, and every time I pick up the controller, I'm reminded why I fell in love with these games in the first place. The meticulously crafted worlds, the seemingly perfect challenges, and that ever-present sense of mystery. These are the things that make a game unforgettable, if you ask me. And the DLC Shadow of the Erdtree built on that legacy, offering us new lore and challenges while staying true to the core experience we adore. You know, with Nightreign on the horizon, I can't help but feel a surge of anticipation. Sure, I'm a little fuzzy on the details of how the Battle Royale elements will work, and yes, I'm equally excited and nervous about the possibility of facing off against reimagined Dark Souls bosses. But isn't that what being a fan is all about? Embracing the unknown, celebrating innovation, and sometimes just embracing this pure joy of a game that makes your heart race. And I'll be honest with you, the thought of venturing into a game mode where you're simultaneously dodging devastating boss attacks and scrambling for a safe spot in a shrinking arena is both exhilarating and terrifying. But that's the magic from Software. They've mastered the art of turning our fear into excitement and our frustration into triumph. And if Nightreign manages to capture even a fraction of the dead spirit, then it's already a win in my book, if you ask me. Because maybe, I know, I'm just a glutton for punishment, but honestly, isn't that why we love these games? For every time we get knocked down and have to start all over again, come back stronger, more determined, and with a few more war stories to tell our friends. And if those stories involve legendary battles against iconic foes in a game mode that's as unpredictable as it is brutal, then sign me up. And so to sum it all up, Elden Ring Nightreign promises to be a one wild ride, with the potential to mix the interesting, challenging world of Elden Ring with the high-stakes, adrenaline-fueled chaos of Battle Royale mechanics, and throw in the bonus of a reimagined Dark Souls bosses. It's shaping up to be something that could really redefine the way we play action RPGs. Because I'm not 100% sure how all these elements will mesh together. Hell, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the idea of a shrinking safe zone in a Souls game. But if there is one thing I do know, it's that From Software has a track record of turning even the craziest ideas into unforgettable experiences. Because I'm genuinely excited to see what they've cooked up. Whether Nightreign ends up being a revolutionary twist on the Elden Ring formula, or just a fun, experimental side project, I'm still here for it. I can't wait to dive in, explore every nook and cranny, and probably end up cursing my luck more times than I can count. But that's pretty much what makes it fun. You know, also I want to know what you think. Are you hyped for the Battle Royale twist? Do you believe that reintroducing those iconic Dark Souls bosses will add a new layer of challenge and excitement? Or are you sitting on the fence, waiting to see if this wild mashup actually lives up to the hype? Drop your thoughts, theories, and even your wildest speculations in the comments below. Planning on reading every single one of them, maybe even featuring some of your ideas in a future video. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Elden Ring Nightreign, well, let's be honest, if you didn't, well, you're probably still too excited to care. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future content. We've got a lot more to cover as we continue to follow the developments of this insane project and all the other epic games coming our way. And also, if you have any suggestions for topics, theories, or even if you just want to share your own experiences with Elden Ring or Shadow of the Erdtree, leave a comment down below. I'm always on the lookout for fresh perspectives and, let's be honest, the occasional good meme. So, in the end, whether Elden Ring Nightreign turns out to be the game of our wildest dreams or just another chapter in the ever-evolving saga of From Software's masterpieces, one thing's for sure, it's going to be a hell of a ride. So, buckle up, sharpen those blades, and prepare for a new era of epic battles, unexpected twists, and a whole lot of glorious pain. So, this is me signing off. Till next time, keep your spirits high, your controls ready, and your memes staying. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and see ya.